Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I am JR. This is my little empire. I don't have any friends with me today. It's very cold. We're going to get into carbon this LS engine using a stock PCM today, but first I want to show you something that my new friends at Evil Energy sent me. So whatever brand of carburetor you like, and people have their favorites and I have mine, but most of them work. The problem is that today the price of carburetors is just too damn high, and that's kind of the point of all this. Like, we're going to carb this LS for less than most people spend on just their MSD. And the first step is this kit from Evil Energy that they sent over. They said, Justin, I don't know which kit they sent right now, but I will. There we go. I will by the end of this video. So, if you didn't know, I've been hyping Evil Energy stuff for years. They sell fuel fittings like AN fittings, hose. It's all good stuff. But they got into the carburetor game. Here's a air filter gasket that nobody ever uses. A nice carb gasket. Carburetors, I went looking for a carburetor for that thing to go in my K20. And my standard go-to 750 double pumper is like $750 now. This entire kit from Evil Energy is less money than that, which is amazing. It comes with a fuel pump, a regulator, everything you need. So there is a discount code. They have multiple different configurations. It looks like this one's an Edelbrock clone, which is a fine carburetor. Let me get it out of here. We'll take a look at it real quick. If you use discount code TDE10, you get 10% off your order at Evil Energy. And like I've told you before, this year is the year for me of capitalism. I am going to bring you guys choke wiring, a air filter studs to mount it, everything you need in there. So like I said, this whole kit is less than just a simple Holley 4-barrel. And Evil Energy's been offering fuel system components for quite a while. So I'm not really surprised to see them with carbs. I went looking for some kind of solution, like, what can we do? Hold on a second here. So I went looking for a solution of, how can we get carburetors that are functional, that are affordable, that'll do what we need them to do. And I saw Evil Energy offers carburetors now, and that just amazed me. So like I said, I've used their stuff for many years, their fittings, their fuel pumps. I don't know that this is exactly, it's Evil Energy branded. This is supposed to be a 750. I checked my order list. It's electric choke and air valve secondary door. So it's basically an Edelbrock 1406 for less money. The Edelbrock 1406, well, the 1406 is a 600. I'm not sure what their 700 CFM is. Well, that's a carb that basically you can take it out of the box and put it on any production engine and it'll run pretty good, like 80–85%. You used to be able to just get them at AutoZone or whatever, and you see guys like Bicycle Garage or whatnot doing that. Just fittings, bar push-on fitting, whole stack of fittings. There's some fittings there. What is this? So what I asked him for, I told him what we were doing with the K20, and we're doing a carb swap. 100 micron fuel filter with bracket. This is literally The exact, whoa. That looks like it's the exact same thing as my snake eater setup. This on Daryl over there. Nice. So you get a filter. I told him I need everything. I don't have anything. I want to start from scratch. And this kit, at the time of filming, let me pause you for a second and I'll look it up. So I just checked. Right now, as of filming, this kit, this exact kit that I have in my hands, is $680.99. And if you use the code that I gave you, TDE10, it becomes like 620 bucks. Look at this honker. My word. She's gonna move some fuel. She's a chunky girl. Barb fittings, O-rings in there, 110 gallon per hour rate of pump. That's enough. That's enough to run some nitrous. It's enough to run a healthy little engine. And that's the equivalent of a fuel pressure regulator here. Pretty standard. Stuck in the foam. I don't really want to take all this shit out and lose it, but yeah, we got it in, we got it out. We got there's a gauge here, a little diagram. The diagram says it can be deadheaded. I'm just looking this over real quick. Yeah, this shows that it can be deadheaded. I don't know if that's true. Typically they want a return, but we'll see. Anyway, TDE10 gets you 10% off, and you can get whatever model you want. There is a mechanical secondary 750 double pumper clone. There's a basic 600 like 4130 style clone. There's with fuel system, there's without fuel system. They have a lot of options, check them out. They have a lot of options for EFI stuff too. They're kind of becoming quickly the go-to, the VVOR of fuel systems, if you will. We'll step over here to the engine and I'll show you what we got going on there. All right, so here is the 5.3 liter. You guys saw this run as EFI a few months ago for the 4Runner. I've kind of come to a decision while I was getting ready for today's video that I think I'm just gonna put this in the K20 and I can deal with that later because it's not ready to go, rather than put the intake on here for demonstration and screw around. I tell you guys all the time, don't worry about it, don't fixate on engine size, and there's no particular reason that I should either. I just wanted a bigger engine, but there's no reason why I can't put the 6 liter in my 4Runner either. So they both have 37s, they're both under geared for them, although this has 430s and the K20 has 373s. But anyway, really it's the cam in there. That has the sloppy stage 2 cam. I kind of don't want to run it in either truck, so I'd have to swap it out. But this already has a stock cam, so it's ready to go. And the things that you absolutely have to do, that you have to hook up, are the coil packs on each side, obviously. The cam sensor right here on the rear of a Gen 3 block. And the crank sensor, which is behind the starter. You can't see it. That's it. You can come through here and nip all this other shit off. I'm gonna leave the starter or the alternator hooked up, but I'm gonna cut everything else off here because I do not need it. And actually I'm gonna cut the alternator off too. I'm just gonna cut all this shit off and be done with it and have it out of my way. So I'm gonna set you up there while we clip all this shit off. Again, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. That is the cheapest intake I could find on eBay. It was $89. Evil Energy hooked me up with the cheapest acceptable quality carburetor. There are some cheaper ones out there, but I'm not gonna go that cheap. Factory gaskets. You can use the knock sensors or you cannot use the knock sensors. Your choice. You can leave them there or take them out. Your choice. Doesn't really matter. People tend to overthink knock sensors way too much. But I'm going to throw you up here on the stand and we'll get the intake on and get the carburetor on. Bolts out, intake on, bolts tightened, pretty straightforward. Very simply, at this point, I'm going to take the stuff from the Evil Energy kit. I don't have any particular reason not to use this stuff. Genuinely, I've never had a problem with anything from Evil Energy. Oh, there's even jets in here. Ha! That's amazing. So I'm going to throw the studs on. Throw the carb gasket on. We're going to be nearly in business here. Again, I haven't done anything to that PCM. I haven't trimmed this harness because I don't have to. I'm indecisive. I may change my mind again. There's little carb studs in here. It's really everything you need. Carb gasket has the dual pattern on it. You can put some grease on these and they will be reusable. I'm not going to do that. My friend Zach wants you to know that though. The nuts are in here. These are usually 1/2 inch. They are lock nuts, nylock nuts. That's nice. So they won't back off on you. There's some more vacuum caps in here. A couple of MPT plugs. I plugged both the ports on this intake with the hardware it came with. I didn't bother to pipe tape them. I don't care if there's a small leak. I'm going to need the big one in the back for my brakes on the K20 anyway. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. There's even a small vacuum T in here. If you need that for your distributor, if you're not doing an LS. I know that it's the right half inch size because a 12 doesn't quite fit it, a 13 is a little loose, and I'm going to use that anyway. So. It doesn't quite clear on that back corner. Have to use a wrench there. So you can't get a socket on this rear corner, which would suck in the vehicle, but whatever. You can probably get a thin socket on it. Mine are kind of thick. Thick boys. Remember, you don't really have to put much on these carb nuts. Of course, somebody's out there asking the torque spec. I don't fucking know. I've never known. I'll never know. Enough. There we go. So, this is all set up. This is all wired up. There's one wire off the little cheap harness, a red wire that has to be hot and crank and run. There are two grounds. They actually belong on the back of the head, but I have them up here on the block. That's it. Starter's wired like normal. We got a purple trigger wire off the crank. We have a ground. We have our hot to the starter. We have the hots from the harness to the starter. I got a very small amount of fuel so that it's easy for me to manage, so I can dump it in the bowl. I'm not going to hook up a pump here. To be very clear, that PCM has VAX enabled in it. It has not been touched. It has not been touched for timing. It has not been touched for anything. It is a stock 5.3. We'll just do this. Oh yeah. That should be good. Like I said, it hasn't been touched at all for anything. It's 100% stock 5.3 file. It's 100% stock 5.3 with a carb. Let's go. Woo! She kicked the starter pretty hard there. It's ringing like a bell. Without this harness trimmed, because I don't want to trim it until I'm ready, it's hard to keep it all out of the harness or out of the flywheel. There you go. That's it. That's the whole thing. It doesn't care that it has VAX, because as far as it sees crank RPM, it'll keep firing those coils. And it just ran out of the bowl. But that's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Take your $80 harness, your $600 Evil Energy fuel system, code TDE10, your $300 stock 5.3, your $90 intake, and you are in business, friends. So for me, this is way more satisfying than any sports ball game that is happening today. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Yes, you can use Tuner Pro, PCM hammer, universal patcher to tune the timing curve in this if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything here. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on The Driveway Engineer.